colloidal silver solutions, yet many are unaware of the entire function of the silver lung system and how it has been designed to deliver your silver solutions anywhere in or on the body. My name is Mario Cifaldi, and I'm the developer of the Silver Lungs generator. Not only does the Silver Lung system produce endless colloidal and ionic silver solutions, it also comes equipped with the proper applicators and devices needed to deliver your silver solutions directly to key target areas. This includes the eyes, ears, nose, lungs, topically to the skin, and orally for the digestive system. Be sure to watch our new 7-minute video tour of the Silver Lung system at www.silverlungs.com to learn more about how the Silver Lung system works. As well, we are always ready to answer any questions you may have. That's www.silverlungs.com.
Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones. I'm looking for people that have the wisdom to spot savings, opportunity, and recognize risk. Saving means to make money. The Cow Ben Pure Soap Company can save you thousands of dollars and give you good old-fashioned real soaps that are triple concentrated and twice as good as what you're using now. Soaps made from vegetable and coconut oils that contain no useless dyes, perfumes, deodorants, or antibacterials. Your risk is the hundreds of hazardous toxic detergents that give you rashes, itching sores, and deteriorating clothing called lint. If you want something better, if you want something you've never had before, you have to do something you've never done before. Getting a free catalog is easy by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. Take charge of your health now by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. A very wealthy U.S. citizen is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He says it will change everything about our lives. The way you shop, travel, invest, educate your children, and even how you take care of your health and your own family. Now, this man has made some outrageous predictions over the years. The crazy part is, he's usually right. You see, he predicted the collapse of GM, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and America's biggest mall owner, General Growth Properties. In fact, Barron's called his work a dire prophecy. Recently, he created a video, which you can watch online for free, detailing his biggest and most important prediction yet. And it's a real eye-opener. I can't stress this enough. You should at least watch this free video online today. He explains everything you need to know, including simple steps you can take to protect yourself. You can find the video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica, the number 3.com. Watch the free video at www.endofamerica3.com. That's endofamerica3.com.
We now take you live
to the Central Texas Command Center
in the heart of the resistance. You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
All right, we're going to Dr. Paul Craig Roberts to break down what's really happening with the state of the economy and the debt ceiling debate, and now open talk about having the president bypass Congress and transfer the power of the purse. We saw Senator Mitch McConnell call for that a week ago, and then we've also seen Democrats today. That's up on Infowars.com and DrudgeReport.com have links to top Democrats in the House calling to have the president just act like a dictator. And we have this executive order blocking property of transnational criminal organizations, an executive order signed on the 25th by Obama, going into effect on Monday, that has language in it. A caller mentioned this, and they are correct, has language in it. And the constitutional scholars are looking at it, basically saying we're in an emergency financially, and that he can do this to block criminal activity. And that's at whitehouse.gov. So we'll be talking to Dr. Paul Craig Roberts here in just one moment. We are certainly not in a republic anymore. We're not in Kansas anymore either. We're in like some Twilight Zone, Kafka-esque Soviet Nazi America. Now, first off, I want to tell you about Mike Adams, a frequent guest here. He's put together 8-hour online video seminar, MP3s. He's doing live webcast webinars with an incredible multimedia course on food security that teaches you the skills to stay alive and well fed during any crisis, like a total collapse depression. You'll learn things like how to build your own emergency water filter, how to create your own emergency food go bag, how to store, purify water with iodine. Created by Mike Adams. The entire course is available for instant access with downloadable MP3 files you can play from any device. 50% off sale for Alex Jones listeners, and it ends this Sunday night coming up. 50% off, naturalnews.com/Alex for details. Naturalnews.com/Alex, and banners up on Infowars.com if you forget the naturalnews.com/Alex. And along that same vein, backyard food production. When crisis hits and food is scarce, you'll want to have the tools to protect the ones you love. Marjorie Wildcraft is a nationally recognized expert in backyard food production. She offers a affordable video tutorial that is the fastest way to learn how to grow an abundance of food with limited space, unless you're in Michigan and cities where they don't let you grow gardens, even though there's not a law because prisoners can't grow gardens. Take the first step in getting off the grid today. Go to backyardfoodproduction.com. That's backyardfoodproduction.com. The video will supply you with a step-by-step reference that could save your life. Why learn by trial and error? Why not learn from a true master? Go to backyardfoodproduction.com and learn the essential tools needed to be in charge of your food production. And again, the video is backyardfoodproduction.com or banners on Infowars.com. And don't forget, this radio show is listener-supported. When you buy books, videos, T-shirts, you not only spread the word, you support this radio broadcast that no one can deny is the tip of the spear in the info war. And we just keep expanding the servers and the websites. The cost is giant because they are multimedia sites. And we are, because the economy's imploding, need your support now more than ever. So please peruse Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.tv. Also, we're a platform for all the other great filmmakers and writers and researchers to really not be censored and be able to say whatever they want to you, the millions of listeners of this broadcast. It's also important to support all of our local AM and FM affiliates by supporting their sponsors and spreading the word about those stations. Now, Paul Craig Roberts is an economist, former Wall Street Journal editor, former head of policy, Department of the Treasury, father of Reaganomics. He's written for Business Week, Scripps Howard News Service. The list goes on and on. And he has written a bunch of detailed reports that are published at Infowars.com and many other great sites. The political theater and the debt ceiling crisis. We are being had. That's the latest. Also, an economy destroyed. The enemy is Washington. And he's been really breaking down what's happening here. And weeks ago said, this is a bunch of theater to transfer power of the purse from Congress to the executive. And that's in the news today. Democrats, in fact, you can go to Drudge and read the articles, are saying, hey, President, just do this on your own. Obama, talking to La Raza, the group of the race, 2 days ago said he'd like to do things on his own. House Democratic leader urges Obama to raise debt ceiling without Congress. We've got all of this happening, and here to make sense of it is Dr. Paul Craig Roberts. Thank you for joining us today, sir. Doctor, we've lost your audio. We're going to get you faded up and try to get you on air right now. Go ahead again, sir.
You've lost my audio?
Okay, you're back now. Start over. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, I'm pleased to be with you, Alex. Let me just run through it briefly. A debt ceiling increase is just a routine thing, normally. It's an opportunity for a few Republicans and maybe one or two Democrats to give a speech to an empty chamber about the burdens we're piling on our grandchildren. But other than that, they vote the increase. And they don't really have any alternative because they've spent the money. This time, there's a very ill-considered effort by Republicans to make a serious issue out of it. It's the wrong time for a number of reasons. One, of course, is that the rest of the world is already disturbed about American financial credibility as a result of the financial crisis and everything else. And so this is the wrong time to show more uncertainty and irresponsible behavior. It's also the wrong time because we're at war. We've got troops in the field. The debt funds 43% of the current operating budget of the United States government. So it's not like it's a small amount that they can cancel or put on leave non-essential government. Yeah, you can't leave troops in the field without supplies and that sort of thing. And so what they are risking is a continuation of the power grabs that were serious under the Bush-Cheney regime, in which they simply ignored Congress on a range of issues and grabbed power on the basis of the unitary doctrine of presidential powers. And they are now set up for this to happen again because Obama, or no president, could possibly allow the kind of disruption that a default or an inability to finance the operations of the government at this time would cause. And there are already presidential directives, national security directives, executive orders on the books put there by Bush that Obama can invoke to give him the legitimate authority to declare a national emergency or even a catastrophic emergency and set aside the debt ceiling limit and proceed to issue debt. And as you said, what we would see is that the power of the purse would pass from Congress to the executive, just as the power to go to war has passed from Congress to the executive. And so we would have another giant step in the process of the American president becoming a Caesar. And we've talked about that before. So this is a huge risk. Why would the Republicans bring this risk to the table at this time? Maybe it's an intention, but why would Congress want to give up more of its power? I mean, it's already becoming superfluous. So we could say, well, it's just unclear thinking, or that they're so committed to getting entitlements under control that they're willing to take this risk. What will Obama do? Well, we don't really know, because we don't know whether he's part of the political theater. It may well be that Obama is very aligned with financial interests and would like to see reductions in the scope of Medicare and Social Security in order that elements could be privatized and turned over to Wall Street, to his buddies there who did so much of the funding of his presidential campaign. So it could simply be a theater. So Obama can say, I'm forced to the wall. I've either got to leave the troops unsupplied in Afghanistan and Iraq, or I've got to give in to the Republicans and cut Social Security and Medicare. And so I've taken the least bad of the two choices that the Republicans gave me. So he could do that. So this could simply be a way to get rid of entitlements that otherwise are politically impossible to get rid of. We don't know, or it may just all be hype and confusion, and at the last minute they make the deal. So that remains to be seen. But the real point is there is no reason for this debt ceiling crisis. Routinely, they just happen. Routinely. There have been many of them during my professional life. And I believe it was only Newt Gingrich back during the 1990s who made an issue of one of them. And they shut down the government for a few days. It had no real consequence because they simply closed things like national parks and federal workers who were not absolutely necessary and that sort of thing. But of course, this time, the amount of funding is a much greater share of the budget. And so they can't get by with just cutting non-essential services.
Okay. I'd like to bring up a few issues here. And I meant to get to it yesterday, but it was posted on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. News stories, CBS News, RT, you name it, from 2008, where they admitted Brigade Homeland, 20,000 troops deployed to the streets of America for economic collapse. Army Times reported on it by 2011. So they had this long-term strategic plan. Bush put Presidential Decision Directive 51 in place, also an accompanying executive order that said for any emergency, including economic or any other emergency, the president could set aside Congress for 6 months, Obama reissued that as one of the first executive orders, and we wrote about that. Here's our article from January 18, 2010. PDD 51 and the new executive order give Obama